Sir, where were you born?
Seoul, Korea.
Seoul, Korea. So I know things have had to change from your training in Seoul, Korea to the training now, but can you take us back to the early days of your training in Seoul, Korea? And tell us what it was like
Well,
when you were a young man in training.
It's very different on that nowadays. And when I was born, just over the Korean War. So it's conditions of Korean situations not that good at that time. So when I'm training, it's we don't have facility like this, carpet or modern woods or any air conditioning. We just have concrete and then dirt, and then we're playing with it, and that's basically it is. And that's what I noticed then first time coming to the United States. It's a condition of training is it's really good, and you really granted what you guys have that situation. That's a Korea situation wasn't good enough. It's winter times are too cold and then concrete. So your feet is kind of really cold, and then it you feel like you don't want to training anything. But that's ways they need to be training, and not the situations you gotta have to set your mind to need to do it. When you're training with the concrete with that and that training, it just you stays it on the memories forever. And so that's just my fitness was kind of like ice. It's nothing like it until you get warmed up and trying to do it. Then you never forget that training like that. That's study was cold, but with the body warmed up and do training with those the peers, and you never can forget that.
Can you tell us about all your protective equipment, your headgear and handgear and all that?
No ways.
No?
We don't have anything on those things. Just cold feet and then cold weathers and then hand and feet. That's all you have. And also that times we're training, it's not like the organizer that we're doing it right now. It's a lot of repetitions, the same repetitions, middle stand punch for all day long. So not a lot of the techniques down there. You just have the discipline and same thing and over. So there was a populations, not many people to get overcomes with the black belt. And here's again, with so many repetitions, something you want to good at it, you got to have a lot of repetitions, and consistently repetition you need to do it. And that's what all days with training does. It's just the same thing and over and over. And nowadays you got to have ATS is such a good system. You got to have life skills and all other things, and then you can imagine on it. And it's come a long way.
Yes, sir.
But it's training is really not much down there, and you do not have any equipment at all. With just the only the equipment you got to have. I don't know how do we make that? It's when they grow the rice.
Yes, sir.
The rice fields that make that twist it up to make it the loaf. The rough that they turn it around with the wood, and we just hit with it. Then it's going to be all busted your skins, and then all the rice stems. Rice plant.
Yes.
Then just the rice, and then you got to eat with it, and the plants you got to have a lot of things to do with it, make roof, and then the house of the roof, and all those kind of thing. And which means those kind of equipment only we had it. And with that, make the roof and run it around the wood and hit with that to make it tough skin. It was a lot of blood at that time when we were training. It just no equipment. There's no such as equipment. It's just hard work. That's all it is.
Yes, sir.